Well, well. What about you? Cass Piper Cassidy coming at you from the kitchen with the cows, smoking some of the best tobacco in the world, River Plug. I like tobaccos that take you 10 minutes to prepare. Not really, but you know what I mean. I like the paraphernalia involved with pipe smoking. I like the tradition, the accoutrement, and the regiment, or the regime, or the ceremonious. Just all of it. I just like it all. Apart from cleaning pipes, I don't like cleaning pipes, but some people go so far as to even like cleaning their pipes. Not me. I don't mind running a pipe cleaner through them after a smoke, but when it comes to the deep clean every couple of months or every 10 to 15 smokes that you're meant to do, I don't like doing that. I can't be arsed. I might, in the future, have a slave of some sort. You know, just employ someone to do it for me. Go on Fiverr.com, find someone in the local area, clean my pipes for £20. Yeah, seems reasonable. Anyway, just jumping on for a chat. I love Revoir Plug. It is fantastic. Kentucky bold with some Lakeland essence in there for good measure. I don't know if I would consider it a Lakeland. I don't know. I think there's some people that smoke it and there's so little Lakeland essence that they don't consider it Lakeland. It's quite powerful for me. I love it. The taste is so the combination of the Kentucky and the Lakeland essence makes it into this weird kind of almost medicinal flavor for me. I absolutely adore Rever Plug, and the beauty of it too is it lasts quite a while. The plug itself, it's a nice long smoke. Even with a wee small bowl like this, that's about 2 centimeters, 20 mil in diameter, and about an inch deep, I guess. Inch and a quarter, maybe. You would still definitely get 45 minutes to an hour with Revor Plug. Whereas, if I were to throw some aged Burley Flake was in it this morning, it would last you 35 minutes, 25 to 35 minutes. I don't smoke hot, I don't smoke fast. So I tend to get longer out of my Revor Plug. And that is still my advice, number one bit of advice to new pipe smokers all the time. You should never have big plumes of smoke coming out of your pipe. It even says this in some Savinelli booklets you get with the pipes. You should never have plumes of smoke coming from your pipe. You're smoking too fast. You're smoking too hot. You're not. I mean, it's all over the YTPC. I'm not bitching and moaning, but there's loads of, you know, you know who you are. Just slow down. You will notice whenever you slow down. Google the breathe technique and then try and get as close to it as you can personally. And you will notice that you get 100 times more flavor. Now, obviously, there's going to be smoke coming off your pipe once you've lit it, but during the actual smoking, I'm just taking little sips at a time. Little sips at a time. Anyway, I wanted to come on and do a quick thank you very much to Chris Morley. I know I've called him Chris Moreland in a couple of videos. I think I've done that. Sorry about that, buddy. Rattray's Dark Ale 105, I think. 107. From Chris Morley. Thank you, sir. I came second in the GAW, and he sent me this beautiful dark ale pipe. And look, I polished it up, and it's... Oh yes, another quick thank you. Shout out to Tim, Hermit Piper. I tried the Renaissance wax. This is the same wax that the British Museum used to preserve all sorts of materials. And look at the sheen on that. It's been given a little buff with it. But not that it was needing it, but I just thought I would give it anyway. Chris also sent me 2 tins of tobacco. So, I mean, how generous. I came second. I mean, imagine what he's given the thank you, Chris. He's gone above and beyond. Very good GAW, and really nice of him to. 3 beautiful Rattrace pipes up for grabs. Fantastic. And I'm so glad I entered because I got picked for one of them. The other news I wanted to come on and share with you, just to try and get a bit of excitement built up until Friday, because I have a very special guest joining me. That guest, most of you should be familiar with him. If you're not, you should check out the channel Put That In Your Pipe and Smoke It. And it's all one word, and the and is the and symbol. Your number 7 numerical key shift. So put that in and symbol. No, put that in your pipe, and I think it's your Y-E-R as opposed to Y-O-U-R-E. Y-O-U-R, sorry. Put that in your pipe, Put that in and symbol, your Y-E-R pipe. No, Jesus wept. Put that in your Y-E-R pipe and symbol, smoke it. I'm very sorry, I've had a long day. I have been analyzing data all day. What that means is looking at numbers. I work in a very boring job, but sometimes I have to do the same task, which is harvesting data, looking at large business tax returns, and finding anomalies and finding things that machinery wouldn't pick up on, running my eye over numbers, which doesn't mean I have a good head for numbers. I don't know how I ended up in this job. 10 years ago, I was working in bars still, wasn't I? Yes, I was. And I was convinced that I probably wouldn't ever have a normal job. And now I find myself plopped in front of a computer all day looking at numbers. And, it fries your brain. I really miss working in hospitality, where, especially someone like me, I have I wouldn't call myself an extrovert. I would actually call myself an introvert, but I'm a performing introvert in that, I've been in a musical. I've been the front man for 3 bands in the past. Prancing about, on stage with makeup on and screaming at people. I do the YouTube. I don't mind talking to people, and I worry about a lot of things, and I do worry about I get social anxiety before the social thing is happening. I will worry about it, but then once I'm there, I play the clown, I try and make people laugh, and then once they're all laughing, I feel more comfortable about it and myself. So I would say I'm introverted, but I act. People who meet me would think I'm an extrovert because I'm able to talk to strangers and what have you. I'm just Irish. We can all just talk to bloody anyone. Hello there. What about you? So good. What was my point? So yeah, I've had a hard day, a long day, and now I'm having a lovely pipe. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Rory is the guest on Friday. That was my point. Jesus Christ, it took me like 4 minutes to get that out. I'm so sorry. You've probably stopped watching. But look at this pipe. Beautiful. I don't have a lot of hangers, but I have a couple. 4 or 5. This is the 5th one, I think. The dark ale, the colour is beautiful though. Very like a dark ale. Beautiful Cumberland stem. Well, it's acrylic, but it's in the style of Cumberland, Brindle, whatever you want to call it. So, Rory has kindly agreed to chat with me. He's a man after my own heart. He's a great character. He's a fellow Irishman, obviously. He has many spectacles of different, not necessarily different shapes. I notice he has a lot of the same exact shape of frames in his glasses, but they're all different colors. And I love people who do shit like that. I don't know. He shows a lot of character, doesn't he? He's full of character. So, Irishman to Irishman. Well, what date is that actually? Is it going to be? It's St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. What date is it today, for Christ's sake? It's Tuesday the 2nd. Yeah, so it's not going to be St. Patrick's Day. Ah, well. But, really looking forward to chatting with him and seeing what makes him tick, what his favourite blends are. And I know the man's got loads of lovely pipes that we're going to have to take a good look at. I want to hear the more in-depth story or take on the man himself. I want to hear where he gets his ideas for his health tips, Rory's health tips. It'll be all round a great chat. And hopefully he'll have a tin of Guinness that he can pour and drink for the both of us. But anyway, any other crack? I haven't had to fiddle with my dog's bum yet. I will let you know when that happens. I'd say this by the end of the week, I'll have to do it. And for any one of you who doesn't know what I'm talking about, you know, I feel sorry for you. Because I explained it in the last episode. And it's quite disturbing. I really enjoyed my chat with Carl Newton Piper. I'm sure Carl has shared with me some work that he's done. I'm going to read up on it, and hopefully one day when I own a motorcycle, me and Carl and Sean Victorian Piper are going to meet up and go for a ride. It'll be like Easy Rider. I'll be Dennis Hopper, and Jack Nicholson could be Sean. And good movie, anyway. I think Boca de Boynton, Charlie, his Gaw thing, the draw is soon, so we're all looking forward to that. See who has been anointed as the Briar Byron, the Byron of Briar, the Prince or Princess of Perique, and the Nicotine Czar. We'll see what happens there. I know who I think should win, but I've got a good idea of who is actually going to win. Anyway, I'll not make it past 20 minutes. Folks, yes, I just wanted to check in, say hello, tell you I'm still alive, and we'll be doing that with Friday with Rory. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I shall link his channel in the bucket below. Check it out. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I shall speak to you shortly. If you need anything, any mad requests or anything, don't hesitate to tell me. And toodle pip.